Hello, everybody. Good evening, GM, wherever you are. Thank you for coming to our weekly space. Thank you, Guru. Thank you, Top Ledger. Thank you, Mika. It's a great opportunity for a great conversation today. We're very happy to have Top Ledger here as a special guest to discuss all things about the data analytics and cool stuff like that. Uh, we have sent you invitation to speak. Let me know if you can see it. And let's give it 1 or 2 minutes before we start. All right, let's kick this off. Once again, thank you everybody for joining. We welcome Top Ledger today. A great project full of chats that builds end-to-end blockchain analytics on Solana. Customized dashboard for all your data needs. We were very happy to have collaborated with them on our own dashboard on Dean's List. George Kuru is the man of the night on this. He has worked extensively by building our own dashboard for our network state. And Top Ledger, let's hear it from you. Tell us a couple of things about what are you doing, what are you building these days, and what are you looking forward in this great space that we call Solana? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Thank you, GM.
GM. I don't know if Top Ledger can hear us.
It seems they probably can't. Let me hit them with a message.
For sure.
I think you are audible. You can start.
Hey, there you go. Now we can hear you. What's up, GM?
Yeah, GM, how are you?
I'm good. I had a last minute emergency visit to the dentist, but it was a cool one. It was a cool one. So I finished barely on time to kick off our space today, and I'm very excited to hear about what you guys have been building, what are you doing, and the great dashboard and analytics that you have been working on. So can you tell us a couple of things about Top Ledger? There might be some technical problems. George, do you want to take this and let us know a couple of things about Top Ledger and your experience?
Yeah, so
Uh,
my experience around building a DAO dashboard is that it's very difficult because while I'm speaking, I'm also searching for parking. So maybe I have some pauses, but yeah, it's super difficult because like Dean's List DAO has like three or four, maybe five different treasuries because we keep like a multisig for an umbrella multisig for everything, for all operations of the DAO. We keep one multisig for only the operations, one multisig for marketing purposes, one for development. So like tracking the analytics of these wallets, especially when the funds are moving around between the wallets, makes it super difficult to automate these kind of things into a dashboard. So this is like the biggest issue we are facing with our dashboard because we want to make it automated, but these kind of internal transactions and different treasuries and different addresses, and like because we are paying so much money out to different people, like it's super difficult to keep a track. And this is why I think that in general, like DAOs should have a more detailed approach on a more focused way to track everything that goes out, comes in. And this is also one of the things I'm working on, like keeping track of everything. So yeah, this is a small intro of what we are trying to do with the Top Ledger team.
That's awesome. So, yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, that's like exactly what we are trying to solve. And I'll just add to what Karu said. So, like, apart from keeping these transactions, we also have to parse the Solana's native SPL governance token program address, and like we have to parse all those transactions to keep track of things apart from the transactions, but also the votes that are happening. That how many proposals are happening, how many of them are, how many people are voting on them, and by which wallet addresses, and what are the vote matrices. So yeah, that's exactly the problem that we are trying to solve at Top Ledger. That so that it becomes very easy for businesses to make strategic business decisions rather than building a data stack.
Can you give us a couple of examples of what the best and optimal use would be on Realm, for example, for several DAOs? I know what we have been doing on Dean's List, but can you give us a couple of other examples for the audience out there?
Sure. So basically, within a single DAO, like you can track that how many money has been flowing in to which wallet addresses, what is the daily volume, how many proposals have been laid out, what are the voting cohorts, and like so basically, pretty much everything that is getting dumped onto the blockchain, you can get all the matrices out of it in a near real time manner. So this basically depends upon one DAO to another. So we sit with the particular teams to understand like what matrices they want to track, and then we onboard them as part of the dashboard. So it's a collaborative process uh, between the business teams and the Top Ledger. So we basically understand first their business requirements, and then onboard the exact matrices that is required by the particular client.
Yeah,
That's very interesting.
and what I also have to add on this is that the team is super collaborative and like they deliver on a daily basis, like the metrics that you might want to use, that you might want to see on your dashboards, on your DAO's dashboard is like something that if it can be done, the Top Ledger team will see it.
You mentioned earlier about cohorts. Can you elaborate on that? What kind of metric is that, and what you can see through that particular metric?
Sure. So by cohort, I meant like on like total of your proposals, how many like percentage votes are like positive, how many of them have like disapproved your votes. So like a more holistic and comprehensive analysis across all your proposals that have been laid out so far would be readily available for you to visit under one single dashboard or one single pane of truth. Apart from this, like we also do certain kind of competitive as well as the honest ecosystem analysis. So if your business requires that, we'll onboard that too uh, as part of your organization's dashboard. Plus, it's like we also offer like the multi-user organization support. So you will have complete access to all the data sets, plus like the SQL query. So if you want to edit or figure out what's the logic that is being used for a particular metric, each of your team members can do that. And it's apart from this, like it's very super easy to, if you want to integrate some of those matrices into your own UI or your own website. So that's also very seamless to integrate. And so so those all offerings are like a part of a standard product. uh, I think I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, absolutely, and then some. Can you give us some other examples of dashboards that other communities have built besides the one that we have built on Dean's List, so we can understand what are the endless possibilities of the dashboard for a community and a DAO in general.
Sure, sure. So like some of these dashboards are like readily available on our Twitter handle that can be visited. But I can share like after this call because right now I'm doing this on my mobile device. I'll share it shortly once I log back into my computer. But yeah, but that shouldn't constrain you from visiting our Twitter handle, and like you'll find it all the dashboards that are out there.
Okay, I've been looking for some tweets that I wanted to, I can share here on the space, and I just stumbled upon a very interesting one about the SEC and the legal blitz that they've launched against basically everybody on crypto. Can you give us a TLDR on this one, and let me try to share this in the space here for our viewers.
Yeah, so this was a tweet that we wrote recently, like to educate, because like they have shared 20-pager PDF, the official documentation. So we parsed that, analyzed it using a large language model, and like make it very informative in like 8 or 10 bullet points, so that everyone knows like what exactly the issue is and what's happening in the general ecosystem. So that was like a tweet, but not a dashboard. Dashboards you can find in like some of the other tweets that are there, like the recent one that we did for Light Protocol or or like Helios and Switchboard, Metaplex. So those are available publicly, and all of these are like our most of these are our paying clients. So we are like currently working with almost all top projects on Solana, including Metaplex, Gari, Switchboard, Squads, Drift Protocol, Orca, and many others. Right. So we are providing them all the analytical services, including like the in general ecosystem as well as the competitive analysis.
Yeah, like, and the greatest thing of all is that you can just integrate on your website. We are currently working on this to integrate the dashboard on our native website, So yeah, with a customizable UI.
Yeah, and an example would be like if you visit the HateSwaps website, hateswap.com. So you can see like pretty good matrices over there. So those are all
Sorry,
powered by Top Ledger.
George, you might want
Okay.
to mute yourself when you're not
Sorry,
speaking.
sorry.
Sorry, guys, for interrupting.
Yeah, I was saying like a live example would be the HateSwaps website. So if you visit their homepage, so you'll see some of the graphs and matrices over there. So those are all powered by Top Ledger. So they have integrated that in their UI using the same component.
I also see that you're building the dashboard for Elusive Privacy, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of their work. I also know that Wayne's friend, who's here in the audience, has played around with Elusive a bit. But yeah, it's a another exciting project that definitely you guys should be checking out. Everybody that can hear this, zero knowledge proof transactions on Solana. That's kind of a big thing. So yeah, I'm very happy to see that you guys have built a dashboard for them as well. And can you
Yeah.
tell us as another example what we can see there?
So Elusive is like also our client. So we help them understanding their how many like ZK Snark privacy tokens have been created, how many encrypted keys have been created, how many programs have been validated. So this gives them a pretty good understanding of how their business is growing. Plus, and we also give them like a detailed analysis of like how many errors have occurred when other users try to use their protocol. So it gives them like the actual deep down smart contract level analysis as well, which is very helpful to their developers to improve and update their smart contract based on the uses and the uses patterns that they're that other projects which are integrating their SDKs. So we have been working with them like from past couple of months now, and I think uh, they are very happy with our with the with, with with what services we offer to them.
That's amazing. now I've been thinking about analytics and all that, and I admittedly it's not my strong suit. It's something that I've been meaning to dive into, but other great contributors have been doing that on the list, for example, such as George Kuru, and I think Wales friend and of course Dean has been diving into analytics recently. Um, how are you guys approaching the community aspect for Top Ledger? Do you think that you are going to be doing something similar to Metrics DAO in the future, or you're solely focused, to what you're building and your clients?
So like we are open to that. But so right now, like since we are on the B2B space, so we only like tweet or build the community around what our clients have like agreed upon that what can be shared publicly. Because most of the dashboards are internal to them, and some of them also have the data sources which are off chain and are totally private to these companies. So they don't want to share those publicly. So that's why we don't share like the entire set of dashboards that we have in our ecosystem on Twitter, because those we are in agreement. But like for things like Matrix DAO, where like we are building the matrices for the community, just like the entire Solana ecosystems analysis, how the lending has been doing in the general ecosystem, or how DEXs are performing. So things like these, or for a particular company which is like on the blockchain and not related to their in-house databases, we can collaborate with Matrix DAO. We can do something like Matrix DAO. Totally open to those ideas.
Yeah, because I think good and quality metrics on a publicly accessible level. I mean, it's something that it's very much needed in the space. Because there's always that argument about that chain is better than the other one because it has bigger TVL, and some others say that TVL is not a good metric to measure things and all and stuff like that. And it would be great to have abundant data about all kinds of analytics and on a blockchain level. And so yeah, I would be super interested to see more and more of that in the future.
Yeah, totally agree with you in this. Like, and like, if there are 10 platforms out there who compute the TVLs, and they all quote different numbers, because all of them have either like the half data into their systems, or their compute logic is incorrect. So that's why like most of these companies don't trust many of these platforms. So that's where like we like the TVL volumes that we compute, because we sit directly with these business teams and understand like what TVLs exactly means for their business, and like try to validate the logic with the business itself for which we are computing the TVLs. So like our numbers are like more accurate to them, because that they are directly going in their investor reports and all other uh, like things. So yeah, we definitely can make a holistic list of such matrices which can be publicly accessible, and like how we can market it, and how we can like put it in a more comprehensive manner. I think that we can discuss. I think that's really a very good idea.
Speaking of good ideas, I'm also trying to think of ways that we can build a greater dashboard for realms, to more visually depict activity on DAOs, proposals, and like you said, cohorts and so on and so forth. I think that would be a great way to showcase the activity on SPL governance, and it might give a better look to people that want to pick up from the outside before they dive into that magnificent work that we called DAO governance. What do you guys think about that?
I mean, from us, like it really sounds like a very good idea to like do a holistic analysis on the SPL governance program. But yeah, open to others' thoughts as well. Like what specific, if they have any mind that they want to see, uh, would be would love to listen to that.
Yeah, I think that's something very interesting that we might be able to explore in in the future through some of the RFPs that we are, we have been assigned by Realms to build. So I think that's one of the great sectors that we can tap into and to build some wonderful stuff. So I think this discussion, it's a good inspiration on that, and I'm gonna be definitely exploring this more and let you guys know how we could possibly pursue on that. I think it would be very very interesting because when you have data and more analytics that you can use and you can interact with, you can get a better picture about what the DApp or the protocol you're interacting and how useful that is and how lively that is and how active that is. And we need to showcase that to the world, especially when it comes, to Solana DAOs and Solana DAO activity, because whether we like it or not, the top activity in DAO thought leaders is it's mostly on on EVM chains. Sorry. So being able to depict something like that for Solana, I think it would be something that we can proudly demonstrate on how active we are and what kind of community we have in that particular space.
Totally agreed with that. Yeah, sure. We will work on that and bring something out, maybe within this week only, and let's see how that goes. So we'll create something and share internally with you first, and then we can think of improving it before sharing it publicly, and then we can see how we can market it.
Yeah, I think, guys, that would be an amazing idea. Honestly, I'm super excited to do that. And I would love, to see the findings, the initial findings there, and see how we can tickle with that and then make something great out of it. George, what do you think?
Yeah, I think that this will be a super good way to collaborate. I also have a few more members that want to join the dashboard team, so we can also discuss it with them. And yeah, I just found a parking space. Yes,
Okay,
sorry for that.
okay, you found your parking space. That's super awesome, man. I'm super happy for you.
Thank you. So yeah, let's just follow it up after the call. Taki, let's pitch the idea to the DAO as well, and anybody that wants to get on board, let's do it.
Sure. Yep.
And one last question for me as we're closing into the 45-minute mark, and before we take it to the audience for any questions, do you guys have any plans for hacker houses this year? I assume you did not go to the New York hacker house, the Mordor hacker house as they call it, due to the yellow sky and all that.
Not immediately, but yeah, sometime later this year, I think we can come to the hacker house.
Yeah, of course, and Breakpoint tickets are out, so that would be a great opportunity that we can meet in real life as well. And it would be awesome to meet you guys.
Sure, sure.
Okay. Any questions from the audience to the speakers? Anything that's on your mind regarding data analytics, DAO analytics, SPL governance, and Top Ledger? Amazing combo, and what we can do with that. If you have any questions, raise your hands. Otherwise, we can slowly call it for tonight.
I think we're cool.
I think we're cool too. Okay. Once again, thank you everybody for joining. Thanks to the Top Ledger team for keeping us company here in this chat today. Very very interesting stuff. your guys are building amazing things. Analytics is the future in informed decisions in the Web3 space as well. And we will definitely be exploring that idea about the dashboard for the whole SPL governance platform. And for me, guys, once again, thank you and have a great night. Thank you for coming.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, everybody, for your kind attention, and like have a great night.
Bye, everyone.
Okay, bye, everybody. See you next week.
Goodbye.